Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Super Game Brothers podcast, a weekly podcast all about video games. I love video games, especially this week and last week when one of what will surely be my favorite games probably ever. I've just been like so deep at playing it. We're going to talk about it today. It's a blast. Love playing lots of games. But my name's David. I'm one of your hosts, and I'm joined every week by my brother, Devin. How are you?
Shoot, I'm doing quite well. Happy to be here, grateful to be here, looking at myself here in the camera with this bleached long hair that I typically don't let grow out. I'm looking like Donkey Kong out here. I'm doing good. I'm very thankful for this cooler weather. It's been very nice to go outside and not melt anymore. Unfortunately, I'm the one car at our house that doesn't get to park in a garage, and so I get to know what the weather is every time I enter my car. And so it's been a little bit cooler, and that's been very nice for me, because I wasn't soaked in sweat when I got here, which I would say made my day about 10% better.
Yeah.
Usually I'm a little bit angry about that.
That is nice. I love not sweating. I went golfing yesterday, and it was probably like 80, which I mean, still warm, but not as blistering hot as it has been. It was a weird course, and we walked. I have a push cart, so it's like not too bad to walk because all my clubs are on 3 wheels.
And everyone in your group walks.
Usually.
When one person walks.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Just to save money?
Yeah. This course, not a very nice course in my opinion. So expensive. Walking was $27, and then they wanted 10 more for the cart. And so we kind of...
Imagine what they'd charge for running.
I know.
Hilarious.
Kind of out of pride, we were like, we're going to walk. We're not going to give them $10 extra.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason that their price is so high, especially on their carts and stuff, at this course at least, is because they know this course is terrible to walk. They had some very long walks between holes. It was very hilly, which I don't mind, like a hilly course. But long walks, we were just like so tired. And on the last hole, it was the weirdest hole of golf I've ever played. The entire hole was just up the whole time. You're just going up. It was so weird. So like you hit your tee shot and it goes shorter because it's going up and just hits the grass earlier. And then I crushed that drive, actually. It was a nice shot.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Crushed it. But then my next shot is like literally, this is the steepest part, is like it's going up, and then it goes steep to the green. And so they were like we had hit the thing like straight up and down. It was so
Crazy.
weird. Just
Very
the whole way. I think it's because like the rest of the 9 that we played was kind of like downhill a ways with a bit of walking. And so they probably realized like, hey, the clubhouse is this elevation and the rest of the holes have gone down so much. We need to make that elevation back up so that when they come back up hole 9 towards the clubhouse, it's like back up to the right elevation. But man, it was a brutal hole to walk. Anyways, my point was going to be, it was a lot nicer walking yesterday with it not being too hot, except for at that stupid golf course. But weather being a little cooler, it is very nice. Cool, Devin. What else is new in your life? Anything fun or exciting going on?
Yeah, mostly video game stuff, which we'll talk about a little bit later. We're dipping our toes in being professional streamers.
Oh yeah, you got a game early.
We did. We got in contact with 2K, and they've accepted us into their group of people in a Discord and their little network. Mm-hmm. And they gave us all keys to Borderlands 4 of the most expensive version of the game.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like $130 game. They were like, oh yeah, we're just going to give this to you and a day early so you can play early. I was like, oh. Yeah. So we were able to stream Borderlands 4 yesterday. What a blast. Super fun. We only did it for like 4 hours, and so I don't know too much about the game. But it's beautiful. It's fun. More Borderlands.
You and Brandon
more unique builds.
You were having a good time.
Yes, very nice, very nice. It's massive.
Is it? Bigger maps?
Oh, man, we ran like 4,000 meters to do a side quest on foot.
Oh,
Like,
do you think they?
and it just went and went and went and went. And then we were like, okay, let's do main mission now.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have like a fast travel system yet. And
Mm.
so I look at and it's like, okay, you're 3,300 meters from the main mission. I was like, okay, we'll try to head this way. And then we
Wow.
ended up off a cliff and we're just kind of working our way back to the mission. We finally got there, but very, very big game. It's going to be sick.
That's
So
fun.
that's new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the podcast here in a little bit as well. Excited to hear your first impressions. That's exciting though to have like get a game early. That's always kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a small win.
hey, we'll take small wins.
Yeah, I didn't want to buy it.
All day. Yeah. I wonder what it includes. It must include like pre-order bonuses and the early access and the season pass. It must
Yeah,
be.
something like that. Like it was hooking up Brandon with all sorts of weapons, and it claimed I was getting them too. But every time I checked my inventory, it wasn't in there for me.
Mm. Gotta work on that, Sony. You got Silksong up 2.5 hours late. You're not
Mhm.
getting pre-order stuff. Come on. Come on.
Get it together. Unreal.
Well, anything else new or exciting in your day-to-day?
No, just trying to be healthy, eat good food. We've had a bunch of pork chops lately.
Wow.
Our sister had a baby. We might have talked about this last week.
We did a little bit, yeah.
Still haven't seen that thing.
I haven't either.
Yeah, just been trying to sleep a bunch, watching some shows, but not really watching shows. Still on Alien Earth. Got a couple more episodes of that. Big fan of that. I think it's well done. It's very unique. Try to get outside. I went on a walk in a weighted vest the other day to the rodeo grounds and did like the bleachers. Did I tell you? Did we already talk about this?
No.
Okay, so this was this week.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did that. Been trying to be healthy, get some vitamin D.
You probably looked like Rocky out there a little bit.
I was in. I was ready for the fight.
Vamping.
I did have headphones in and I was singing as I was walking up and down the stairs, and I was like, if someone is like monitoring this area, they're just hearing me like belt out Matchbox 20 or something.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, good. Other than like the 5 miles we walked yesterday, I probably need to get a little more cardio. I have been using this little home gym down here a little more, which has been good. But cool, Dev. Well, maybe we can get into Super Movie Brothers then, just a little bit about the movies and shows we've been watching. Alien Earth, you said, still enjoying it?
Yeah, I think most of the episodes have been very gripping and interesting and well done, and they've like put your mind in this almost in a different reality a little bit. It really taps into like existence, and I don't know. It puts your brain in a weird place. I tried to explain this to my friend, and I don't know that it was going through. So I'm not going to try to explain it here, but I think it's a really good show. I like the actors. Yes, very, very well done. I don't know that I've really been watching anything else. I probably am going to see The Conjuring this weekend, if possible.
It looks creepy.
Yeah, it could be fun. You know, it's going to be another Conjuring movie, and I'm hoping by some miracle it will actually scare me, but it's not going to.
Yeah, you're hard to scare, for sure. I think that Conjuring movie is doing very well for a horror movie.
Oh, heck yeah. That's what we like to hear.
As far as like money's made, I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know like how it's doing critically and like scary reviews and stuff, but money's made. So that's exciting. For me, Lacey and I, we finished the season of Alone Australia. We were watching. That was fun to finish. We had a little gripe with it, and maybe the show was totally on the up and up. But in the last episode, there's 2 contestants left. One of them is like a 45-year-old guy, and he has done a ton of crap. He built a canoe. He built like a trap for this big old rat wallaby thing. He caught some eels and was smoking them in a smoker and like did all these crazy things. The other one was this lady. She's probably 50, maybe 55. I don't know. Maybe not even that old. Somewhere around there. And she'd done pretty well at fishing as well, but mostly it just focused on her shelter and just getting fish and trying to stay alive was kind of her thing. Lots of rest, walks in nature and stuff. So she had a different strategy to like keep her mental like acuity sound. I don't know how often, but every like few weeks or few days, the medical team comes by and checks all the participants. They have them stand on a scale.
Right.
They put like a paper over it so the contestants can't see how much weight they've lost. Take their blood pressure, like vitals, that kind of thing. And if any of them get like, if their vitals are trending really bad, they will take them out and they lose basically. Just to keep them medically safe, they take them to a hospital, just to make sure that they're okay. And both of these contestants are looking way thin. Like we're on day 60, I think, at this point. Like they've done really well. But then it's like the last day, and they do the medical check on the guy, and he's lost quite a bit of his weight, but so is the lady. And they tell him his like blood pressure and vitals are like trending towards like a really dangerous place, and so they extract him, and he loses. The lady wins, but they don't show like if she had an evaluation that same day. The last evaluation that they showed for her was like a week prior. And I'm like, man, did she win just because of how they timed these? They should have
Because
done
they
them
went to him first.
because they went to him first, right?
Oh,
They
that's
should.
some nonsense.
I don't
So-
know for sure. Maybe they didn't, but it feels like they should hit them both same day.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because even like a day or two can make a big difference.
If that didn't happen, that's rigged.
Yeah, if that didn't happen, it seems very, very off. And I'm very surprised they didn't, because they put text up on the screen pretty often. They're like, hey, this is a type of plant that Bill's looking at here that's very poisonous. He should not eat that, and things like that. So they could have put some text on the screen to say, like, other character had her check same day as well. That would have, like, quelled my entire issue with it. But anyways, it was fun either way. She won. Wasn't a huge reward. I mean, it was 250,000 Australian dollars, so still a lot of money, but
I made that last week.
nice. Yeah, I made it that much this morning. But
Yeah, I made that much in like 5 minutes, or like last night.
yeah, right. I made it while I was explaining this story.
Wait. Oh, I just got this alert on my phone.
Oh, you just got that much
300,000 in
Right.
5
in
seconds.
that single transaction. Wow, that's. Anyways, that was kind of fun. Other than that, my wife and I watched one other movie. It's one I've only seen clips from, like on social media. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie, and it's one I've wanted to see for a while. It's called Inglorious Basterds.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes, but I don't remember.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
And Channing Tatum.
Yeah, Channing Tatum. No. And it kind of goes into, I want to talk about the movie just briefly, and then I've got my question of the day. Brad Pitt leads this group of staunch Americans that talks about like this.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to kill some Nazis.
Oh, no.
So they are killing a bunch of Nazis. It also follows this, a bunch of like this is during World War II, like the Nazi leaders. So you got Hitler and Goebbels or whatever his name is, and some of his like henchmen. And then this other guy, I think he is a made-up character for the show, but he's like another one of the high-ranking officers, and he's played by Christoph Waltz, I think his name is, a German actor. And I think this was like his movie for his big break. And man, he is so good in this movie.
Oh, really?
He's absolutely excellent as like the creepy German officer. It's a very long movie, very interesting story about like this American band of Nazi killers basically trying to end the war, and then this German leader, and there's also this like Jewish family, and some stuff happens to them as well. One of them ends up owning like a big theater, and it has like I don't even know what kind of structure you would tell it. They call it chapters, I think, in the movie, where different things happen. But man, I really loved this movie. It was way better than I thought it was going to be. I think the best points are there are probably two or three scenes in the movie that are very, very tense, where someone is trying to like keep a secret, like they're hiding some Jews in the basement, or they're like undercover and trying to pretend that they are a real German,
Mm-hmm.
like officer, in front of other people and in front of this Christoph Waltz German like officer. And like the opening especially is so tense. It's like 10 minutes long of just like him having this conversation with this farmer, like asking him for milk. And it's like, man, it's so good. If you like World War II stories, this one is what I would call alternate history, because like it's kind of based on like some real groups that really did exist, but um, the direction the story goes is completely fiction and did not happen in real life.
Oh.
And so you have to be like okay with that. Like, okay, the way that this movie ends is not going to be the way that World War II ended. But it's a crazy and fun and story. It's also pretty dang violent. Just throwing that out there. My wife was like cringing a few times. But yeah, man, that just got to give props to that German actor. He can speak like 5 languages, and in the movie, he speaks German as a German officer. He speaks English with a lot of these like American people as he's like interrogating them as well. He also speaks Italian in the movie, and French in the movie, and he speaks all those 4 languages like in real life. He's like a crazy guy.
It's crazy that he can only speak 4.
I know, yeah.
I speak 5.
You learned the 5th one in the last couple minutes. It's also pretty cool. Like Michael Fassbender is one of the characters in the show, and I didn't realize he like grew up in Germany, so he speaks German too. But he has a little bit of an accent, and that's like played up in the story. They're like, "Where are you from?" And he's one of the undercover people trying to like hide his identity from. It's really, really good if you like a spy kind of World War II thriller. And I don't even know if thriller is the right word. It's kind of comedic as well. Got some dark comedy in there. Really good. It's made me curious to watch. I think that's the first Tarantino movie I've ever seen. I haven't seen like Kill Bill or Pulp Fiction or what other ones did he do? The Hateful Eight or Django Unchained or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You haven't seen any of those?
I haven't.
Oh, wow. Who directed Pan's Labyrinth?
Guillermo del Toro.
Huh.
Yeah. He does crazy stuff too. I like his stuff.
Big fan.
He does did like the original Hellboy movies, I think, and he's actually in Death Stranding, the video game. He's like acts in it.
Is he Stranding?
Yeah, he's Death actually. No, I don't know.
I don't either.
Anyways, that movie was really good, and really like unique and kind of crazy. My question to you, Devin, for question of the week was: do you like alternate history, like in movies or TV shows?
Oh, where it's like you go back to an event that happened, but they changed the outcome?
Yeah. Like the example I'll give while you think about your answer is Lacey and I watched a show a few years ago on Amazon called Man in the High Castle. And it's a show that says like, what if the Germans won World War II? And in that show, like Germany has control of America. And so these people are like American, growing up in New York and places like that. But the Germans are like the leading nation in the world. And so it's a very good show, actually. Very excellent.
I like hypotheticals and things. Like Black Mirror, Love, Death, and Robots. They do these episodes where it's like, here's a potential future, and everyone can do this. And I don't care if they change. Yeah.
I like it too.
Yeah, I think so.
I think science fiction kind of plays into it as well, because it's kind of like alternate future instead of alternate history. It's like, what if this future thing becomes real? So I like that kind of crazy fiction.
Yeah, me too.
Anyways, kind of simple question of the week. I was just kind of curious.
I like it. Yeah.
All right, that's gonna do it for Super Movie Brothers this week, though. A couple fun ones. Devin's still watching the Alien show. Is it done yet? Because when it is, I'll probably buy a month of Hulu.
It's either 2 or 3 more episodes. They come out on Tuesdays.
So getting close.
I think 6 are out, but maybe it's only 5. It might be 6.
Okay.
I don't know, something like that.
Cool.
But it's fun. I think you'll really like it. I really do. I think you're gonna be like, oh heck yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. I really like the Alien universe, so even though some of them are dumb, but like the first one, excellent. I've actually never seen Aliens, the second one, which is supposed to also be excellent, but in a different way. It's much more like action packed.
Yeah.
Mode. I think it was directed by James Cameron.
There's many more.
Yeah,
like in
there's a
one
lot
scene
more.
of that, there's like a bunch, and they're like all on this, like Spider-Man
Right.
on the ceiling.
Yeah. So,
I just watched 2, 3, and Resurrection, and I can't even tell you if I liked them. I think I was like halfway asleep. I was like looking at my phone.
Yeah.
But I know I finished them. I don't know.
Okay.
Or subconsciously, I finished the movie with the phone in my hand. I might have been asleep.
Yeah.
But,
what about the more recent ones? Have you seen Prometheus,
and
Revenant, or Covenant, and
I have.
Romulus?
Yeah. I like the guy that plays Magneto.
Oh yeah, that's Michael Fassbender. He's the one in Inglorious show I was just telling you about.
Yeah,
he's excellent.
He is maybe he's a synth
something
in those.
Yeah.
I get it confused, but yeah, I like that he's in them. I find them very interesting. I really do.
Yeah.
I've as I've gotten older, and I don't know if it's an age thing, but for some reason, I have started to like sci-fi much more than I like fantasy.
Mm.
And I don't know why. I've just found an interest in it. Like,
yeah,
for some reason, I like them both, but
yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I love fantasy. Like, I mean, Lord of the Rings is probably my favorite movie trilogy ever. But I find myself comparing everything that's fantasy to Lord of the Rings, and if it's not, there's a lot of different, just like there's lots of different kinds of sci-fi. There's lots of different kinds of fantasy. Some of it seems like really lame. Has to be hard or like easy to get wrong. I feel like.
You know what I like about fantasy? The way I need fantasy to go for me is like The Witcher. When you're showing me a show that's fantasy, but there's not dragons and magic in it, well, fantasy kind of entails dragons and magic. I guess what I'm referring to is the time period that fantasy is like set in a lot of times bores me. I'm like, oh, there's a castle. How much can we do here? But once you start adding witches and wizards and like little minions and dragons and magic swords, and I'm like, okay, I'm here for this. I like this.
It's kind of true. That is a time frame that's a little tricky to be exciting. I watched a movie on Netflix. I think it was called The King, maybe, or something, and it was Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. Is it Matt Damon as well? No, he's in a different one. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think he was in it. And Robert Pattinson was one of the other leaders of the time. And it was actually pretty good. But like watching them like put on the chainmail and put on the armor, they got this huge sword that's so long and heavy to swing, and their fights are just like, bam! I hit you in the armor, and it didn't do anything. So you're right. Some of that is like a little.
Yeah. Sometimes weird. I, for some reason, shy away from that exact genre. There's a movie with Matt Damon and Kylo Ren.
Adam Driver.
Yep, that guy.
And. Yeah, what's that one called?
They do something.
Yeah.
And then they end up fighting.
Yeah.
Over this girl, and ultimately I ended up getting the girl, but
yeah, it was
just kind of boring to watch them fight when I knew the outcome.
Right, exactly.
You get it.
I get it, yeah. I agree. I love sci-fi too, though. Like, for some reason, it seems less, I don't know, less cringe or less lame, even though there's lots of different sci-fi, and some sci-fi is lame. Like, I don't like Star Trek. Well, I take that back. Like, I like a couple of the movies. I like First Contact, the one with the Borg. I think that's a good one.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the Chris Pine ones enough as well.
Yeah, honest. Those ones are okay. Like, they're just the original TV show. I'm just like, a little too procedural here, and I don't know. But what were we talking about? Alien sci-fi? Here we go. Who knows?
Who are you?
I don't know. Yeah. That's the end of the Super Movie Brothers, and that's going to take us into our show today. So make sure to check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers. That's how you can support the show for just $1 or $2 or $3, $4, $5 a month. You can get early access to every episode of the show. You can write in with comments, questions, vote on the games that we play. We put everything up there. It's a grand old time. We have audio and video versions of both podcasts, and you get access to both of them there. We also have a giveaway at supergamebrothers.com. I think it's running through, I have the incorrect date on here. It's running through the end of November. So if you win, it'll be like a hooray Christmas kind of thing. You can get a gift card or a bundle of board games. So please check that out as well. All right, back here to our faces. Okay, that's going to bring us into the meat of the show. This is the Super Game Brothers podcast, a weekly podcast all about video games. Here to start, Devin, just I guess a couple quick things. Nintendo had a direct today, and there was a few little things announced I thought were just kind of fun. Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are both coming to the Switch, which is very cool. $70 for the bundle, which is a little pricey in my opinion for a Wii games.
What were those on before the Switch?
The Wii.
Oh, okay. So, got it. This is making sense.
Remastering it and putting it out on.
I was
the
like,
Switch
well,
too.
it wasn't on Xbox. You know what I
No,
mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, they just weren't available. You couldn't since they were on the Wii, right? Those are two of my very favorite Mario games. So,
yeah, my favorite Mario games for sure is Galaxy and Paper Mario.
Yeah,
I think they're just interesting in their own way. Anyways,
so that was kind of cool. Release date for Metroid 4. It's December 5th.
Oh.
So before Christmas. Kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be next spring.
It's exciting.
What else was there? The teaser trailer for the new Mario movie, which is Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, fantastic.
I know.
Let's go with that.
Super pumped about that.
And will Chris Pratt be doing that again?
Yeah, same actors.
Crazy.
Cool. Same Illumination doing it. So that should be fun. Jack Black as well as Bowser. I'm trying to remember. I think the other big thing was Hades 2 is getting its release the end of this month, September 25th, I think.
It's a weird one for me. I feel like that's been out for 2 years because of its early
Early
release status.
Yeah.
Like, have people just been playing that this whole time?
Yeah, in early access, they'll like release it 75% done or something, and then get feedback from the people playing of like, or like watch heat maps of like, okay, everyone's dying here. And then like in 2 weeks, we're adding a new boss. People try that, and like lots of people complain, and so we change this. So they get live feedback, which is kind of cool. But I do agree, like the Silksong like route of just like, hey, we worked on this for a long time, it's ready, and we're releasing it in 2 weeks. So much more baller.
Oh, so much cooler to me. For example, let's say in Hades, everyone is fighting this boss and it has this one tail attack that's hitting everyone. Well, what's wrong with the boss that has an attack that's kind of annoying? You know what I mean? It's memorable. Right. You have bosses from all of these video games in the past that were so difficult, some people just never finished the game. Like, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, that's totally fine. I don't think everything needs to be so perfect for the players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got to be a hard balance of like, sometimes you're just like, no, this is our game, this is how it's meant to be. But other times it probably is helpful of like, oh, this guy fell through the floor right here, we've got something wrong we need to fix.
Yeah, it just took me 60 tries probably, and probably like 4 hours of playing one boss on Remnant 1, and it was the most satisfying thing, beating that thing. Yeah. Eventually. Like, I don't know. I think things should be difficult. Maybe if the tips are just urging them to polish specific things. Yeah. But maybe the complaint isn't that it's too hard. It's just like,
yeah, I don't think that's usually what they'll change. I think it's like, this is broken, this could be better, we should have like dialogue here, or players are getting confused here. It's kind of like play testing with feedback, the public, which is kind of good feedback, but you're right, there's a balance. So yeah, it's getting its 1.0 release. The bummer to me, and the original Hades did this as well, is it's a Switch exclusive for like some period of time. It didn't come to PlayStation, I think, for a year. My guess is this exclusivity period will be shorter, but even if it's like 3 months or 6 months, like I'll be playing Hades on PlayStation a bit late. which is a bit of a bummer, but I want the trophies. That's where I want to play that game. So I will wait. But some cool stuff. I think they had quite a
Yeah,
few
awesome.
other announcements too, but those I think were the big ones. Um, yeah, it's a man. I feel like this has been a fun year for video games, especially like my type of game, which is like smaller indie games like that or retro kind of games. Silksong just came out. We're gonna talk about that a bunch this episode, which is it's a David game. I love 2D games, just love them. Um, and I feel like right now it's just like bang, bang, bang. So many things are like coming out, and it's September, obviously, and which is kind of probably one of the busiest months of the year. So we're just kind of firing on all cylinders. It's kind of fun. Devin, you talked about it at the beginning of the episode, getting early access, but I wanted to get just, I know you've only played for a few hours with Brandon on your first stream of Borderlands 4, which just
Hmm.
came out today, but you played it yesterday with Brandon a bit. So I wanted to, I'm going to go over to the screen, just have some of its gameplay playing, and I'd love to hear kind of your first thoughts as someone that I know is really big into Borderlands and Destiny and Remnant and games kind of with this kind of emphasis on builds, on drops, on cool weapons, on the shooting. What was your initial impressions after 3-4 hours?
My first thoughts were that it is extremely beautiful.
Yeah.
Very, very good looking game. It felt a lot like Borderlands 3. It has a higher frame rate. It felt pretty good. It took about 2 hours to remember how the character strafes in comparison to how quickly they're rotating. Like, so it was a little bit hard for me to aim at first on controller. There's a part of me that would like to try this on keyboard and mouse, but I got it on the PS5. Um, I think it's going to be amazing. I'm a little bit older now and a little overwhelmed with making builds in games. When Borderlands 3 came out, I had an entire journal. I should have brought it. I have a journal of
Oh,
each
crazy.
character in that game and what perks should be put where to build a build that I created
Mm.
as an idea. And I spent hours and hours researching. I did the same thing in Remnant 2 and was like, okay, I'm going to maximize my character. I'm not going to follow any guides. I'm going to figure out how to do this. Hopefully I can do something similar with this game. We will see. There's a lot going on with the skill trees and the perks and the kill skills and the abilities and life stealing and there's a Reaper on the screen right there. That's a
Mm.
different character than I'm using, but
Okay.
just a lot of passive effects. And sometimes as you build a character in these games, you find one perk that you decided to equip that negates another perk on accident.
Yeah.
And that stuff's really, really hard to
Got to make sure they're stacking, not
yes.
negating each other. Yeah.
It's hard to fine tune. Yes, I've probably played 3 to 4 hours. It feels amazing. I like the new mechanics. I like the slide. I like the double jumping you get right off the rip. I like the glide mechanic you get. But for some reason, we didn't get introduced to vehicles very early. So we were playing a sprint simulator, running very long distances on foot. This game is extremely large. At least the first section of the map is very big, much different than Borderlands 3. It was like there are some areas to go in Borderlands 3. There's like the main area, and then maybe there's 4 to 6
Little
little small areas
paths.
that if you're ambitious, you might find something there,
Yeah.
like a little side mission. This is like very open,
Hmm.
and I'm excited about it, especially once we get vehicles. What else? The guns feel amazing. With headphones on and shooting with haptic feedback on the DualSense controller, it truly felt fantastic. It was very exciting to get my first AR instead of a little pistol, and
Yeah.
much more customization with the weapons. It seems like you can combine different weapon manufacturers per weapon eventually. You'll notice SMG mode on the bottom of the screen. You can change how the
Firing mode.
weapon is fired, which is kind of similar to 3, but I put an AR in SMG mode and the AR then was just shooting at a super high
Mm.
fire rate. I don't know if it was lessening the damage the gun was doing, but the recoil was higher. I don't There's a lot of things to figure out here.
Yeah, like even the guns have stats
Oh
and
man,
your builds have
it's
stats and your do you get like armor in this game or is it just guns?
Oh yeah, I just got a new shield type called like an armor shield that wasn't regenning like your normal shield, and so right now I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but I
Yeah.
think that it's amazing, especially because I'm trying to fully learn Silksong. It's kind of hard to bounce between them,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to lock in on a game to be extremely good at it.
You do.
Bouncing between them is kind of difficult,
Yeah.
but since they're such different games, I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
agree.
excited. I'm honestly really, really stoked. We went to some pretty areas and just played around, and there's really unique mechanics. We were grabbing grenades out of water. You can swim in this game.
Hmm.
Um,
Is is it like one big open world, or are there different maps that
hmm,
are like
I
just
don't know.
smaller open worlds
I
themselves?
think it's going to be multiple maps
Okay.
of big open areas,
Okay.
is what I think, but I don't know. It seems like you're on an entire different like planet or solar system or something. I noticed similar manufacturers, but a lot of different new ones. This siren is similar to Amara from Borderlands 3, but I think she has a different name and different abilities. There's like a Viking looking guy. There's like a guy that looks like Zero from number 3 that's a
Hmm.
robot.
Yeah.
That's who I am on accident. When you're in the character picking screen, they do this silly thing where if you don't pick fast enough, it just picks for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, it did the same thing in 3. I didn't get to choose my character in either game in
Wow.
my most recent playthroughs. Um,
So, do you like the guy it chose for you? Or?
yeah, so far I do. Yeah, I have these little turrets I can put on my shoulders, and then once you start unlocking perks, you get more abilities with the turrets, and you're like, what's gonna work with this? But wait, I remember I put this on. There's a part of me that just wants to build a build that's complete survivability. Like I'm constantly regenning health, and it might take me 45 minutes to kill this boss, but I can't be killed.
Mm.
Instead of going out there and going, I'm down again, come res me because I have no defense and it's all about damage output.
Mm.
So I don't know. We'll see how. I don't know how I'm gonna play it, but I'm
Yeah.
excited to play it. Stoked that 2K. Shout out to 2K giving us this game for free, which is super cool.
Yeah. That's awesome. No, I had a question. Which of the Borderlands was your favorite? Was 3 your favorite of the other ones? I know you played 3
It
before you played
yeah,
2,
it
right?
has to be 3 for me just because the gameplay.
Yeah.
Um, sure, the story might be better in 2 or Tina's Wonderland, but it to me 2 and 1 are like unplayable
They're hard to go
because
back to.
yes, it's just hard to aim in them and yeah, this one feels fantastic to aim in. It just everything's very nice.
Was it difficult? Like does it have difficulty levels or
Yeah, we played on hard.
okay.
There was easy, medium, and hard. I'm
It's
in
probably late.
3. There were mayhem levels. You could really amp it up. Everyone's health
Mm.
percentages went way up. The enemies do X amount of more damage to you. Yada yada yada. And there were enemies that took so long to kill unless your build was perfect. And so I assume they're gonna dabble in that as well. Like it'd be crazy of them not to, because we went like an hour or two where all of a sudden we realized, whoa, I haven't had to use a syringe in a while for my health. I haven't gotten down.
Mm.
But then we get to other areas and it's like, I'm down. We're both down. Everyone's down.
Mm.
And we're not even close to killing anything. It's all about elements with your weapons, using fire on specific shield types and
Yeah.
radiation damage and corrosive and I mean, there's so many.
Yeah, there is.
It's more Borderlands. It's just very, very beautiful, and I'm stoked to see where it goes. I'll try to pay attention to the story in this one a little bit better. Um,
I
but
don't think most people are playing Borderlands for the story.
I don't either. Yeah, it's just fun. It's like it's just really good maneuvering and gunplay. It's what hooked me about Destiny 2. But
Yeah.
Destiny 2 was good at everything.
Yeah, it was.
Like here's community events and yada yada yada, and it's beautiful and the guns feel fantastic, and
Yeah.
you have to take 2 weeks to get this exotic item. I was like, well, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the same thing here. It's like you could get extremely lucky and get some weapon that has such good perfect stats for a specific character that you'll just destroy everything. And other people could play this game and be like, dang, I played for 12 hours. I haven't even seen a legendary weapon. And the one I got is a rocket launcher. And I never use rocket launchers. And it's not good. It shoots slow. Like, I like the randomness, kind of like gambling. It's just
Yeah.
everyone will have a different experience with these games, and that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I saw you get a sniper,
Yeah, and it's fine.
legendary sniper.
Yeah, it seemed fine.
Was that the only legendary drop you got in the first few hours?
It was, yes. The drop rate. I like the drop rate. I saw like 2 blues, 1 purple, and a legendary in like 4 hours.
Yeah, probably don't want them to be too frequent, right?
No, in number 3 they were. I mean, you were getting orange weapons from nearly every boss.
Mm. Yeah, I do like that scarcity. I'm having the same experience with Silksong, where like the mask upgrades and like upgrades seem hard to get, and because of that, like it's very impactful. So that's probably a wise choice in my opinion. But this is cool. I really enjoy like the co-op, just fun, like shooting stuff vibe of Borderlands. So like
It's the best way to play it.
it kind of makes me want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you said, it's quite a bit of a commitment. Like if you're gonna play it and you like need to have a group that will commit at like the same time commitment and level, so that you're all kind of playing it together, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think in Borderlands 3, if you got a group together, it would scale to either it would somehow even out the playing field. So if someone wasn't as leveled up, they could still have a chance or something like that. I don't remember how it scaled, but I hope that
You hope it, yeah.
I really don't know what I like in that scenario.
Yeah,
because,
do you nerf the higher people down to like the other people's
or
damage?
do you just let them do no damage because they're not putting in the work like the level 50? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard because that.
Then that person won't have fun probably.
But you could probably just make multiple characters and say, this character I play with this friend. This character I run solo, yada, yada, yada. You know? So there's ways to fix that. But
what's kind of the end game with Borderlands? Because it has like a story, and then what do people play after that? Does it have like, you said there's mayhem missions and modes, and is that where you're getting
mayhem was
more
kind
drops?
of a difficulty thing, higher drops, more money. But in 3, there were areas, if you did enough side searching, you could find these places that were kind of like waves of enemies and trials and very difficult sections. Those were kind of fun. And then people will just go searching for a specific item. It's like, okay, I found that item, but it doesn't have these exact perks.
Yeah. So they want the nice roll.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I was just curious, like if there are like legendaries and stuff I wanted, even after I finished the campaign, like what would I want them for? But it seems like there's
I don't know yet.
There's either people replay the campaign, like New Game Plus kind of mode, or you've got Horde mode kind of stuff.
Yeah, now there's like real-time events maybe in Borderlands 4. It sounds like they're going from what I've seen just in short clips, it sounds like they're going a really good direction with endgame of this. So we will see. I don't know.
Yeah. And then they have the obviously the season pass with expansions that'll come out at some amount of time. They've probably announced when those are, but they're usually like every couple months or something. Like, hey, here's a new big area or new enemy type or whatever. Cool. Anything else that you want to cover or talk about with Borderlands?
No, I don't think so. I'm really excited to play it. I truly am. I've loved the others. I think they're cheeky and silly, and since they feel good to play, they're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they do definitely feel good to play, especially on the PlayStation 5. I remember playing Borderlands 3 on the PlayStation 4 before that, and I do feel like it was not as smooth. But if you're playing it on the PlayStation 5, it's pretty dang nice. So cool.
It is.
That was Borderlands 4. Nice to hear your thoughts there, and maybe I'll start it. But probably not until I finish the other game that I've been playing that we mentioned here. But I'm still playing Silksong, and I know Devin is as well.
What a masterpiece.
So we're going to talk about, this is, I guess, second impressions of Silksong. So last time we talked about our experience through like the first 6-ish hours. And today we're going to do like hours 6 to 20 because I think we're just about at the same spot.
I
We
think I'm
might have explored
20.
slightly different ways,
Yeah.
but we're generally in the same spot of Act 2, I think.
Yeah, roughly.
So I guess if you want no spoilers for Silksong, I guess this is kind of your warning that we're going to talk about our experience through 20ish hours. So if you're not ready for this section, maybe watch our first impressions, which was through the first 6ish hours of Act 1. Um, but here for this segment, we are going to talk about what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, and so some of that might be things that you might not want spoiled. So, Devin, just high level thoughts on your last week with Silksong after the first 5 hours. What were the next 10 hours like?
Freaking amazing. This game is so dang good in a broad sense, in a broad description.
Yeah.
There's a lot to this game. They added, I don't think they had crests in the first one.
No crests. In the first
Um,
one, it was just the charms, but you were pretty freeform to use whatever charm combinations you wanted.
Yeah, what's cool about the crests though is they actually make the character play different.
Yeah.
Like it's like an entire thing. It's like, are you an adventurer? Do you like to go? Do you like to collect a lot of money? Are you focused on raw damage?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want the fastest silk collection so you're able to heal and not be
Mm-hmm.
worried about dying? Do you like to pogo around and move around super well? Or do you want to try a super risky build? The crests are very interesting in the way that they handle the charms that you put in them and
I agree.
the different things.
How many crests do you have at this point?
Mm,
I think I have 4.
I think I have 4 as well.
So the standard one, I think, is
Yep,
called
Hunter.
Hunter. Then you play, at least to this point, with the Wanderer.
Yes,
right?
and it's gonna be hard for me to stop.
Just
So
because
you know.
it's based on like attack speed.
It's fast.
It's fast. That one is one of
And
the.
it's really good for collecting money and materials. It's like you got your compass up, you're collecting rosaries.
Oh, because it has 3 of the orange things.
You're not losing your rosaries when you die, yada yada. Like,
Yeah.
and those are all yellow abilities, and it has 3 yellows in that
Yeah.
crest, which
Yeah, that is a nice one because I have 3 yellow charms slotted as well, but I don't play Wanderer. I play Reaper.
you have one.
I have one on the Vesta Crest. I think is what
Have
they're
I
called.
seen that yet?
I think you have one Vesta Crest.
Do I? Okay.
It's like the permanent slot that is attached to your character no matter what crest you're using. But yeah, having the one extra orange, that is nice on Wanderer. Reaper, the one I play, is slightly like slower strikes, but I think they reach a little bit longer than standard. The Pogo is not perfectly straight down, but pretty close, and a pretty big sweeping down.
Yeah,
so
your pogo's much larger than mine.
Pogo's easier to hit, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think it's good for my play style because I'm not quite as perfectly accurate. Like with the Wanderer, Devin's strikes are smaller, closer to his character, so you have to be very accurate with like your placement in a fight. But when you're at the right distance from the boss, you can smack the crap out of him really quick.
Oh man, yeah, that's crazy.
So it is crazy you can be that different. And then the risky one I think you mentioned is the Beast, and I don't like that one really at all.
No.
But it is a cool idea of like when you bind with that one, it doesn't heal you. It just puts you into like this ferocious state where you deal extra damage, I think. And any damage you deal is like life. What do they call that?
Life steal?
Stealing. You're stealing health back by doing damage. Cool idea, but the pogo with that one is like crazy
so
weird.
Terrible.
It's like a spin that goes forward quite a ways.
Yeah, it's like this arcing lunge forward. How on earth would you ever pogo through those areas with that?
Yeah, you'd have to really commit and get used to it, I feel like, because that does seem like it'd be tough. So, I really like the 4 that I found so far. I was searching something online. I'm trying to avoid all spoilers because I love the exploration of just finding stuff in this game. I think that's the best part of games like this and games like Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom is like finding the things yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I was I was looking up one thing just to make sure I was understanding it correctly on how the like what's it called, the Alta weave nest or something worked. Anyways, and I accidentally did see how many crests are in the game, and
Okay.
there are more than 4.
Hmm.
So I'm excited to see what the other ones are. I won't say the number, but there are more than 4. So I don't know if we'll find them in Act 2 because I feel like I've been very thorough with like the areas in Act 1. I mean, maybe there's a couple spots where I think I need a double jump to get somewhere, but I
Right.
now have the and I don't know if you got this. You probably did. The not a grappling hook, but kind of a grappling hook that hooks on the
Mm,
rings.
no, I don't have it. I
Oh,
knew
okay.
that it was going to happen though.
Yeah.
I've seen too many things.
Yeah. So I just got that, um, which is cool. It's actually really handy in platforming sections because, and even in fights, like if you use it, it'll shoot your thread out at an enemy and then pull you to them. Um,
So it's a
and so
traversal
you,
item
and yeah, in
as
platforming
well.
sections, if like I need to reach a wall that I want to wall jump on, you can be pretty far away from it and like shoot that grappling hook and pull yourself to the wall. So very helpful with that. And then also with the rings, you can get a bit farther. So I think that's the only like new like platforming ability I have at this point.
While we are on the topic of crests,
Yeah.
their descriptions of crests are very interesting in the crest menu.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the crest I use says like fast, precise
Yeah, they use some strange words.
swings, and I've realized
You do a critical hit,
I do.
right?
You do
Yeah.
critical hits with that build.
Mm-hmm.
Like one every like 30 or something is like makes a different noise and hits for like 3 damage instead of 1.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. It's like unexplained. There's not a stat to see
Right.
what
Mm-hmm.
it's actually doing, and you kind of have to just play to figure it out.
Yeah, I like that too. The Reaper says like earns extra silk or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that works is when you, after you bind or heal, your character glows for like 10 seconds, and any enemies you hit beyond the normal silk you get from them like spit out these balls of silk that you can gather. So you can get extra silk to heal again or use your silk abilities
Yeah,
faster.
and then imagine choosing a crest which gave you like 3 blue charms, and you could throw in just full blown
Silk.
silk collection and
Yeah.
regenerating.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're just using your silk like techniques and stuff like every 2 seconds.
yeah,
Like that.
imagine I found a crest that said increases crit chance.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Or
okay,
attack
okay.
speed. I guess
Yeah,
there is
attack
that
speed.
orange one that does attack speed,
Yeah,
but that one's kind of bonkers.
rocked that for a minute.
Yeah.
It was epic.
Yeah. Yeah, the crests are very cool. Um there is, and I think you noticed this too, in that one, what do they called it? I wrote it down here. It wasn't a weave nest, but it was like that little like kind of tomb after you get the pin needle and can play the music at the doors that look like spider faces. You go in one and the character named Eva, um, I think upgrades your hunter's crest,
She does, yes.
and I think it gives it more slots.
It it gave it a second sentence to its description, and it gave it eyeballs on the image of it.
Oh, okay. So it must have. I haven't used that crest
I can't remember what
since then,
the
but
description said, but it seems like you build focus and you end up doing more damage. So there's a way to
oh, okay.
increase your foundation of the crest you
Yeah,
like,
yep.
which is
That's
interesting.
that's what I was looking up. I was like, what did she do? Because I know my crest changed how it looked, but I couldn't remember if it added more
Mm.
slots. I
Do you
want
remember what it said?
No. I don't remember. I I really want to upgrade my other crests,
So do I.
but I don't
I
know.
just want to upgrade my one crest.
Well, yeah, I just want to upgrade the Reaper crest just to see like what the upgrade is.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if it's adding like a sentence and a new kind of I don't even like a new rule for the crest, like if that one's adding focus,
Yes.
which is a new thing you can build up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's cool. So I want to see
It
what the
is.
others are. They seem It seems to be very hard to find the locations to upgrade those.
I got very lucky. You were watching when I found one, weren't you?
You found a different one?
No, just the
Oh,
one that because of my build I was able to find it. Only because I was rocking a specific item, two specific items to be able
oh,
to,
right. And that one gave you that's a different one of those kind of cave things.
which I think will upgrade a crest if I can figure out how.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
In that
yeah, I
room in
don't
the
know.
basement that seems to have nothing left in it. Because yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've tried a bunch of stuff going back to Eva, like with different crests equipped,
Mm-hmm.
just to see like, okay, are you gonna upgrade one of my other ones at some point, or do I have to meet somebody else? So that'll be an interesting thing to see because the crests, like you said, are probably the most unique and cool part of the game.
So
In
amazing.
like,
Yeah.
you can have not just a different set of charms, but really different attack patterns and
Mm-hmm.
pogos. And I like the sprint attack differences as well. Like the Reaper does like this attack that reaches out pretty quick and then throws the character up in the air, so you can kind of like propel yourself into like an air attack as well. Um, so yeah, the uniqueness there is cool. I hope that we find the places to upgrade those pretty soon, because it would be cool to upgrade them. I don't know, like quite a ways before the end of the game. I don't want to upgrade it like right before the game
Yeah,
ends, you know.
agreed.
So I hope I can find some of those. It is sometimes tricky to like. There isn't like a bug that's like. There are like some hints for some things, but there's not one that's just like, oh, do you know you could upgrade your crest?
Oh, not at all.
And
Yeah.
if you look for like secret things, you can. There, you just kind of stumbled into one, and now
Mm-hmm.
we're like curious about how we upgrade the others. But
And it's probably going to take us 10 to 20 hours to figure that out, too.
probably.
Like,
Um,
we'll forget about it and then come to a place and they'll be like, hey, do you want this item? We'll be like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, that's how we do that.
hmm While we're on the topic of crests, I was going to ask you what technique, charms, and tools do you play with alongside your crest? So the charms are the blue, yellow, and
Mm-hmm.
charms. The tools are the red ones, basically, that you can use for attacks. You could probably call them all tools. I don't know. I was calling them charms for the yellow and blue ones, tools for the red ones, and technique is the white one, the spear.
Yeah.
Um,
So my technique right now is like a fluster of string goes
okay,
all
kind
around
of the
me.
ball.
I
Yeah.
can, it kind of like goes through walls. It seems like as well. If I
Mm.
needed it to, like there was a guy in a cage and I couldn't hit him with my needle, so I used that and he was like, ah. uh, I've been using that. I think it's good. I think it's
It,
fine. I don't think it's great.
yeah, that's kind of what I thought about that one.
Um, I use the Wanderer Crest for critical a chance of crit hits and just an insane amount of speed swinging.
Yeah.
It's your needle seems smaller. You have to be very precise, but if you can nail it down, you can hit an enemy fast enough in front of you to knock it back enough to where it can never get to you until it dies. If
Yeah.
it's on the ground, kind
hmm
of beneficial.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect build. It's very risky. I run a charm that makes me very fast.
Yep. The orange one.
Um, well, the sprinting is very fast with
Oh,
the
you have
ankle
like the
things or
ankle.
something.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were still rocking that
Yeah,
guy.
so I use those, and then
That is so fast.
for a while, yeah, I've been using them the whole time now. I'm like, yes, it's all about just like speed and hit speed for me, and just like high risk plays because I know that I can figure out the boss mechanic,
hmm
and I'll just sprint back to the boss over and over and over and over, and I'll get there very fast.
That's true.
And I'll just keep dying, and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm using that, collecting money, not losing as much money when you die. Um, and then
I wrote down for that. There's also the orange energy drink tool. That if
yes,
have you played with that one?
I like that
You
one.
like that
It's
one?
one of my favorites because my main focus is just the character and its abilities. Like I sometimes forget to use tools.
Yeah.
I'm focused on just whacking you. I've played so many Souls games that it's like whack, 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 find a time to heal.
Yeah.
Run around, be strategic with your placement, whack and heal. And so there's a tool that allows you to run even faster
hmm
and strike faster, which is a crest I'm already using. So it's all just high speed for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And then keeping your money. And then currently, when I heal, I damage things. So anytime I do need to heal, stuff's getting hurt.
Oh
And
yeah, that one's cool.
Oh, what's the other one I'm using? What's another blue one?
Blue,
I'm not using Silk
I think
Generation.
it's the one that protects your last hit from killing you.
Yes. Okay, yes. So if you would have died from a hit, it negates that until the next bench,
Yeah.
which is really
Basically
nice.
get one more hit on your health bar.
Which is hard to gain.
It is,
It's
because you
hard
need
not to pick
4 of the
that.
mask shards. And one of the merchants I'm at right now is selling 1 shard for 750 rosaries. So,
Woo!
yeah, the charms I'm using, just as a, I don't know, counter to Devon,
Mm-hmm.
I play the Reaper a bit more slow, longer strikes. I really like a new technique that I got called the I can't remember the name. I wrote down Silk Dash here, but basically I do like a forward dash, like your normal dash, but you turn white and you're full of like covered in silk
Mm-hmm.
through an enemy and damage them. I think I
That's
prefer that
nice.
to the spear, but the spear's good too. I think I like both of those better than the silk ball.
Mm.
Silk ball's good for like hurting everything around you, but I felt like I was terrible at using it because I don't like being that close to the enemies.
Uh,
Where you're up close in their face, it makes more sense.
I am. I'm right in their face, and I'll try to just like have them all group around me,
Yeah,
and you can like triple kill with that thing.
yeah, I believe it. So I'm using that technique for the tools and charms. I like the always got the compass and the rosary magnet basically on. Um, I also am using the mask for one more hit. I think that's a pretty good one, especially in like the boss fights where you feel like you're like just about to beat it. Just having that one more mask is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I have a similar to the orange energy drink kind of looking one. I found another NPC in the Wormways that lets you, if you have to find some items for her, but she gives you a what's like called a life, the blue flower like needle, life force or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when you use that one, you inject yourself with that blue stuff, and it gives you a blue mask, which is like a temporary hit basically. But I mean, if you're going into like a big fight or you don't have silk and can't heal, you could hit that like twice and give yourself 2 blue health shields. So I like that one quite a bit. It is another one of those you have to go back to that NPC to refill like your reservoir of, just like you have to do with the bug at the flea caravan for the orange one. So I like those. For the red tools, I like the, by far my favorite is the boomerang so far, just because it does like kind of a loop in an oval shape. And if you can get the distance right between like you and the boss when you throw it, like it can hit it like 4 times if you get the right spot. Also very good for flying enemies.
Which are just the worst.
Yeah, so I really like the boomerang. Um, what else am I got another one that lets me heat up my needle and do like some fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to last super long. It's only like 7-8 seconds. Um, but it is cool looking watching her like light the needle on fire, and then like the enemies are covered in flames. It's cool. I think those are all of the ones that I'm using right now. Damage on bind with a mirror is a good one. I've been using like the triple pin to bind faster. Um, the faster bind was actually throwing me off a little bit.
Oh, was
I
it?
like expect it to take a certain amount of
That's
time.
the one I want to find.
Yeah, that again goes very well with your playstyle. Cool. So that's a little bit about combat and builds. Yeah, it's hard to know what to cover next. There's so much. I've written down a story and characters, bosses, and areas. I guess from last week, the areas that we talked about last week were Bone Bottom, the Marrow, and Deep Docks. And then there's the Far Fields that is right there as well. I think we both finished Act 1, which you kind of have to climb up, go through. What was that one called? The Blasted Steps,
Mm-hmm.
and then fight one of the first, well, like a mandatory boss to finish Act 1 and get to Act 2. The limiting like door there has 6 bell icons on it, and you have to have found all 6 of those big bells that open the benches.
That's the only way you could get through
Get
there?
through that door.
Oh, I'm lucky I did that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if because I didn't see that moment of your playthrough on Twitch, but when you got to that door, were there any you didn't have? But it sounds like you already had all 6.
Well, I never had to go find anything else. I
Yeah.
just continued after
Yeah.
that fight. I did not know that.
Yeah, me too.
It makes me feel good about my playthrough.
Yeah,
Heck
it means you were being pretty thorough. There must
Mhm.
be a way to get to that door, with only 3 or 4 of the bells or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think that is one of the blockers. You have to have found all 6 of the
Crazy.
big bells
Okay.
first. So that was pretty cool fight. What'd you think of the first judge, that fight there?
I actually liked that fight.
I did too.
It was interesting because he kept his phase 1 mechanics in phase 2. They just got extra features.
Yeah, he just like lit that bell thing on fire, and so all of his attacks had
or
fire.
or the whole ground was on fire, or
Yeah.
there would be an explosion, but it was a cool change. It wasn't like he changed up everything he was doing.
Yeah.
It just added difficulty to the mechanics you learned in phase 1. I thought that was actually a super cool fight.
Yeah.
I did it. It took me a lot of tries because I was being a psychopath, running like as fast as I could and trying to hit him
that
so
was
much.
like right after you got the super sprint boots, and so you were trying to go all in on speed.
Oh yeah, and I would love to post my win against him because it was actually kind of epic. I had locked in and figured out the speed build.
Yeah.
He got throttled.
Yeah. I liked that fight a lot as well. First judge. I think that was a good boss fight. It didn't take me as many tries, but because I have like the safe build, I wasn't trying to adapt to like ultra speed. There's been a lot of people complaining that boss has like the worst run back after you die from the bench to the boss. And I think it's just because of that dumb enemy that shoots its red like nose at you. I think that a lot of people though, because I saw that online a lot, and I was like, I didn't think that run back was very bad. Like some of the others seemed longer to me. And I think a lot of people missed after you get past the red nose dude and like up to the next platform, you can jump to the left and skip like the part where you have to glide down, bounce on the 2 things, and you skip like 2 or 3 enemies as well. So I do feel like that on most of the runbacks, if you pay attention or like go through the runback slowly, I feel like they put in little shortcuts to help with those, because I did not think that one was very bad, to be honest. And I have not thought any of the runbacks were too bad. I just fought a boss probably 30 times about 2 hours ago. And even though it was a kind of a new area that wrapped around this really deep section of the deep docks, it was really cool. If you went up, they like had this shortcut that went right from a bench, so it only took me like 10 seconds to get back down to that boss. And so I think they did try pretty hard to make sure the runbacks weren't too crazy, as long as you're being pretty thorough of looking like, where could they have put a shortcut? They probably did.
Yeah, no runbacks are too crazy for me because I drink my slurp juice and put on my Sonic shoes, and I'm there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're
they're very fast.
You're there immediately, basically. Cool. So before I guess you get to that door, there were a few more areas that I just wanted to call out from below the Citadel. I really like Greymore, like the gray city with the guy with the inn, and I know a lot of people are complaining about that boss fight too with the wing.
Not bad.
What's that thing called?
Wingmore.
I didn't think he was too bad either. Probably took me 4 or 5 tries. More wing, something like that. His second phase is a little trickier when he throws 2 of those like kind of spiraling things, because they do 2 damage. But yeah, they were really not too bad. So I like that area quite a bit. It's connected to a lot of areas, to be honest. Sinner's Road up there at the top with those weird like dog cockroach things.
Yeah, I haven't dabbled there too much, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're very weird. That area is connected to 2 more areas that I won't spoil, but one of them reminds me of what's that area called in Zelda where you get the Master Sword? What's it called? There's like a special name for that forest.
Man, it's I
Um,
mean, I just played the games.
yeah, I know.
My
I feel
memory's
like
so bad.
and I've played Breath of the Wild twice and Tears of the Kingdom once, so I should know this along with all the other Zelda games. Anyways, that forest in Breath of the Wild had like a feature where if you didn't walk the right direction, you'd be like covered up in fog, and then it would take you back to the beginning
Right.
of the forest. You had to find like
There's
a
an area
secret.
like that in this.
It's not like that bad where it's just taking you around, but it's very easy to get lost in, and I cannot figure my way through it.
Oh, I
I think
see.
there's got to be some like rule set to the way the rooms are laid out.
Hmm.
It's called the Mist.
Oh, cool.
And is a cool area. I just don't understand it yet. So I've like explored a ton in there, but I still don't have the map. I feel like I'm not making any progress there. So I kind of abandoned that, hoping that some NPC later will like give me a tip that I'm missing. There's another area over there called the Bile Wastes or Bile Moor or something.
Sounds toxic.
It is. You can get your silk spool poisoned.
Oh, cool.
It's kind of
Yeah,
a very interesting.
I had a weird experience with an area with the weather. I
Oh,
only
yeah.
got to touch it for a second, but all of a sudden I was being hurt by being there.
Yeah, that's a good call out too. I really liked, and I love that they when you get to certain points of the game, they change the world a little bit. Like did you have the death and the funeral?
Death in the funeral?
The death and the funeral
Death
in the
and
Bone Bottom. You must not have
I
it.
don't know. I don't know.
I won't ruin that part yet, but basically, if you go back to earlier areas, like things are different sometimes. Just like in the
Oh
first,
yeah, it's
first
crazy. I've
Hollow,
always been impressed by that.
yeah, the first Hollow Knight, like after you made certain story like progressions, you go back to earlier areas and they're like ultra covered in infection, and like NPCs are doing different things. And I love that about this game too. And what was the example I was just going to give? What was I talking about? Oh, after getting to the Citadel, I was like, I want to go finish some stuff back in Greymoor.
Mhm.
And so I went there, and there's this new enemy I've never seen carrying a cage.
Mm.
Is this not how you got to the slag or the slab? Snow area?
No, but I think
Did
that
you just discover it?
I think I was low health when I fought the enemy carrying the cage, and he kept like slamming it down, and he just killed the guy.
Mm.
Was it just a normal enemy? Or are we thinking of a different thing?
Maybe the guy kind of smacked me and then trapped me in the cage.
Oh yeah, you can't tie me down.
Which was
No, I don't think so.
oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I want to ruin that moment for you either. But the slab is a prison that's surrounded by that snowy mountain. You haven't been in the prison?
I feel like the beginning of this video where we've been talking about this today was in the prison, was it not? There's NPCs in that area where they're like, "You guys get back to work," and they're all just like, "I don't know."
How about this is the easiest way? Have you ever played where a portion of the game where Hornet did not have her robe or any of her weapons?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
That's a Dark Souls thing. It's like you
Yeah.
go to this prison, you have none of your stuff. Try to escape.
Yeah, that was a cool, interesting moment. I was a little bummed the enemy caught me.
And you think that it doesn't have to catch you?
I don't know. You might be able to get there by yourself, but I was caught by this enemy and taken to that jail. And I had to find keys to escape this jail and find my stuff and get my stuff back. And then on the outskirts of the jail was this snow area that you're mentioning, where just being outside for too long will start to take your hit points away.
I have wondered if decisions in this game make like a big difference. I came across an NPC. He's like, "Give me that you found," and I was like, "No." Well, that's what I was thinking in my head, but I instantly hit, "Okay, here."
What did you give him?
There's like a cylinder of sorts for music.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I was like,
oil.
"Can I say no to you and fight you, or am I just gonna have to come back to you and eventually say yes?"
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. There might be like different branching paths that you can take.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a really cool one. getting to that prison in the snow area. I have not explored the snow area very much because I um, just kind of got my stuff and got out of there. Um, there's another thing that happens in Bone Bottom that I know that you saw this part. There is that door that you just keep hearing the banging behind,
Yeah.
and you eventually found that giant bug in there and
Mhm.
accidentally lit him out with the switch.
I did.
I did that too. You see him again later. Just
Well, what if you would have killed him?
I don't know.
Because
I mean,
you could have.
you
You
probably
don't
could
open
have.
that door, and I feel like you can kill him because he was
Yeah.
taking damage.
If you did, you may have saved somebody's life.
I did not.
So
No,
I didn't. So
I
somebody.
let the werewolf out of the bag into
Yeah.
the city.
So I don't know. That's another like cool thing that I thought was like a fun scripted moment, and there's kind of like a sad thing that happens there. It was
It's
really
so
cool.
scripted. They put this lever. They know everyone's running left away from that guy trying to. Because you run
Yeah.
into a new enemy you don't know the mechanics of. You see a way out.
Tight room. See a way out. You're like, I need to open this before I fight him. Yep. Yeah. And then zoop, he's just gone.
Yeah, he runs out the door. You're like, oh shoot.
Yeah. I love a bunch of other small touches. Like if you play the pin needle in front of anyone, basically, they will sing. The Bell Beast does his little hum, which I love. Um, I love doing it with Sherma, and she's singing her little song and stuff. So just that had to take
Sherma's cool.
so much time just to like make a dumb little song with lyrics for like every single NPC.
Yeah.
But very cool.
It is impressive the way things happen in this game. Like you're talking about going back to areas, and it's almost like everything you achieve in this game unlocks something somewhere else on the map at some point. You did enough where this NPC, this person, or this item moved to a different part of the map that you would normally think I never need to go back to that part of the map. But it gives you a reason to, because stuff's happening in the world as you accomplish things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird how it's set up, but it's super impressive how it's set up.
Yeah, I agree. And I love like finding all the NPCs in their little shops and stuff. In another area I really like that I don't think we talked about was Bellheart, and it was all like corrupted. Everyone was up in the threads.
Well, it was my favorite when it was
very, very cool
because it's supposed to be haunted.
There's another little Easter egg with that. If you rest at that bench and then turn the game off, next time you turn it on, it like wakes up with kind of like a more horror vibe, and Hornet is suspended up in the air with all of them, and you have to like push a
like break
needle
free.
To break free.
That's fun.
Which is kind of cool. That was a fun area. There's the fight with Widow was there right above. She was like the spider-looking enemy that was pulling all the strings to throw the bells down diagonal and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, she was a little tough. On so much Adderall, it was crazy.
Yeah, they were running around a lot. That was a pretty fun fight, though. I liked that fight.
I did too. It was difficult.
Let's see. I don't want to say too much for things that maybe you haven't seen yet, because I just think we've gone different directions at times, even though we've played about the same amount of time. I also like that character named New. That's like that weird pink looking lady that wants you to kill all the enemies for the journal.
Yeah, I like the thing as well. Reminds me of Ren and Stimpy, or like a 90s character.
Really weird. I've seen her quite a few places. Like I'll fight a boss and kill the boss, and then like you run back later, and she's just there like digging through the boss's stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah, I went back through that boss who comes out of the ceiling that you were fighting last week here.
Oh, yeah.
And I came back to her, and she was chilling down there. I don't know what she was doing, but...
Yeah, that was the Sinister Sister, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. The one that hangs from the ceiling, yeah. There's also the boss that's like the two beetles with like the red spiky heads. That kind of just go in like alternating patterns. It was a pretty easy fight, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I did it yesterday.
She was there last time I walked through there, too, so that's kind of a fun little touch too. Like the NPCs feel like they actually move around and go places. And
it does. I think it makes going to areas exciting, because you're like, okay, wait, am I missing some stuff? Why are you here?
And it makes it more exciting to go back to places too, where you're like, okay, I just had this thing happen. I beat the first judge. I opened the gate to the Citadel. It's been 45 minutes. Maybe I should go back and check out a different area, and just because there might be different people there. Yeah, very, very cool. A few other bosses I found. We can save them for next week if you haven't seen them yet. Uh, the Unfurled,
I don't think I've seen that.
the Four Brothers.
Four?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
Well,
so.
sorry, the Fore, like foreman.
I don't know.
There are two brothers you fight at the same time.
I don't think so.
What about the Clockwork Sisters? They, I think, are at the door that I'm guessing will end Act 2 and go to Act 3. There's like, just like the door by the first judge had the 6 bells, there is a number of things you have to do in order to get past this new limiting door. And the what are they called? Clockwork Sisters, I think. That might not be the official name, but that's what I called them. We're right
Yeah,
in
I
front
don't
of
know.
that.
Maybe I've seen some of these, but I don't recognize their names.
There's
I don't
2 of them.
know.
They move like in a beat with the clock beating behind them.
Moving a beat with the clock.
Yeah.
Are you talking the 2 bugs that show a line of what way they're gonna go?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you were just talking about another fight that I thought you were referring to that.
Oh, the Four Brothers.
No, you were talking about a fight that you said was pretty easy, and they moved in unison.
Oh, you're right. There are 2 there. That one was the 2 giant beetles with the red spiky noses or whatever.
Oh,
over in the
in the blasted steps.
blasted steps.
Okay, yeah, I've seen both of the 2.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I liked that one with the Twisted Sisters one. It's pretty tough in the like second and third phase when they start moving real quick together, like all over the place.
Oh man, yeah.
It took me a few tries. And
That's
it was kind
crazy.
of nice after you finally kill one. The other one
He's in slow
keeps
motion.
moving, but is
He's,
like
like,
halfway
sad.
broken and yet not
Yeah.
dancing with anybody. So it's like, I thought that was a fun touch. Like, okay, you've made it. Like, just kill this one and it won't be hard anymore. So those were fun fights. I think those are all of like the new big bosses I fought to this point. We'll talk about the Unfurled and the Four Brothers another week when you get there. I guess any last things that you want to talk about in Hollow Knight Silksong this week? I feel like we've touched on a lot of different things, the new areas. I really like Act 2. It some of the enemies are a little trickier, and some of the
They are.
like areas I feel like are kind of blending together a smidge for me, where there's a lot of gold, there's a lot of metal, there's a lot of, it's supposed to be like more developed in like the higher class and the cogworks and the Citadel and
This
the chapel.
feels like a richer area for
It
sure.
does.
Yeah.
But because of that, like I don't feel like the areas feel quite as varied as like the beginning, where you're going from like green to lava to bone.
Right.
To,
It has felt similar here.
yeah. So we'll see. Again, there's like a creepy section that I've really enjoyed as well. So there are some new sections too. I like that there's, I don't know, I missed the map lady and like her little funny tune. I'm guessing we'll run into her again, but now the maps are just kind of like on signs that you find and you just grab them.
That's actually what I was going to mention. One of the 2 things I wanted to mention was Act 2 has bothered me a little bit because I have like fully searched these areas and then I come to a new named area and I'm like, I didn't even find the map for the last area. And then I'm in the new area and then I'm in a third area and I don't have the map for any of the 3. And I'm like,
yeah, I
so
feel
you're just running in circles. I was like, it feels like I just started the game.
Yeah, without her little like song and her rings to like kind of guide you to the map, it is easier to miss them. I feel like.
Man, yeah. I gained 1 or 2 in Act 2 and I have so many areas there that just I know nothing about because I can't figure out where the maps are. But the positive I will say toward Act 2 and where I am in the game right now is I love the game. I think it's beautiful. I love how you can play it your way. I can play it mine. I think that's so cool. And that's going to get more and more in depth as new crests come out, new charms come out. I'm very, very excited I like to have favorites of things. I cannot wait until I know exactly which crest and its upgrade is my favorite, combined with 6 to 8 charms.
Yeah.
And so I can say that is how I like to play Silksong, was with that build, because I saw everything and it all came together. I really look forward to the entire game. I love every boss I fight. It doesn't bother me to fight it 20 times.
Yeah.
I think it's the greatest game I've played this year. I really, really do. I think it's just easily game of the year for me. I find it so fun, so cute, so difficult, so frustrating. It's freaking top tier.
Very well said. I think I echo all of that praise. It's definitely my favorite game of the year. It'll probably be one of my favorite games ever, unless
Yeah, it's hard
unless
not to.
unless they don't stick the landing and the ending. But I just don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Especially with how smooth everything's been. I've had no bugs, no issues, like no crashes or anything. Like it's just smooth. Everything works. Like yeah, it's excellent. It is nice.
This is a game I would be proud to buy memorabilia, and collectibles for, and like have it be a part of me, like in this like proud nature where no one else knows what it is unless they play games. But I'm like, that was such a cool thing to experience. I almost want to buy something for it.
Yeah,
it's just it's so good.
I agree. That's the reason I paid for an extra sub on Twitch, just because I really wanted the Hornet like badge.
Oh yeah,
and it's a timed badge, and
like that's the one that would I'll probably mean more to you than almost any other game.
Yeah, for sure. So I agree. It is fun here in the mid game to like get deeper into your build. Like you said, you feel a little more comfortable in your play style. Like my play style is longer reach with my weapons, a bit slower, more methodical. Devin's is fast, and it'll be
fast and fast.
Interesting to see how much more you can like really focus on those things. I've heard that the end game is just from like some vague things I've heard from people I trust online, is like also excellent, very difficult. Like there's lots of cool stuff.
End of the campaign, or are you talking things to do after?
Both.
Okay, awesome. That's what we like.
I am two things that I would say is like, I don't know if they're negatives, but they're like slight bummers for me. Speaking of which, this video we're playing is just here at what I was calling the Clockwork Sisters. Let's see if I got the name right. It probably wasn't. But while this kind of lines up, I really enjoyed this fight. I thought it was fun. You have to move quick.
I did so good in this fight once I understood it.
Probably took me 4 tries. Cogwork Dancers. That was not the Clockwork Sisters. But hey, close enough. Oh, he got wrecked. The two things I've struggled with for the boss that took me like 25 tries, I ran out of bone shards quite a bit.
So you wouldn't have tools.
So I didn't have any tools. And then that makes the fight even harder, because then I don't have any of my boomerangs. And so I used all 7 of my bags of bone shards that I had saved in my inventory. All gone.
Oh, funny.
And so then for a minute I went to a different area and just farmed some. So that second currency, while very cool to like have the tools, I love the tools. I wonder if they should just regenerate at benches and like we just get rid of that currency. Like, do we need to have the extra currency limiter?
With the way that it is now, where you can run out, it almost just makes me just really want to get used to the one that increases my speed more, because it's not changing my playstyle against a boss. It's just if I have enough beast shards, then I'll get a small boost to speed at some point in a boss fight, but I'm learning it the same way. Like if you're fully learning a boss using and utilizing your tools, and then you can't do that the next 10 tries.
Yeah, I was using the boomerang like
then you're
crazy.
Relearning the boss. You know what I mean?
It is very different. It did kind of help me get more used to the patterns and just focus on like hitting them with my nail.
Yeah.
So maybe that is like the intended effect. But I don't know.
Strange though. Why add a new currency? It almost seems like kind of a waste of time. It's like you could just have it regen at a bench like most things do, and make that currency disappear into the wilderness.
It's probably another way to make like different tools like more valuable, where like some of them cost more probably to like rebuild.
To regen, right?
But they already have the limiting factor of like this one can only be used 5 times. This one can be used 12
already
times.
limited. Yeah.
So I don't hate it. I wonder if the limiting factor that I don't like is the fact that you can only carry so much. Like I'm limited 700 of the shards right now.
I've upgraded my pouch.
I have a few times as well. But I don't know. I think maybe the bone shard limit should be double or something like the rosary limit, because it just feels like if you do get stuck on a boss for 20 tries and you're using tools, you're gonna blow through them. Because it's like, I mean, some of the runs where I was using a lot of the tools, and if you have 2 tools equipped, which I do, so I've got up RB and down RB.
Really?
Like I was using like 60.
Can I not have that with the Wanderer crest?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm unsure as well.
And so if I used most of my like numbers of both tools, I think I had sometimes where it was like 60 or 70 of those bone shards at the bench to refill both.
Wow.
So I'm burning through them fast, you know.
I might stay away from tools.
I think they're cool, and I wonder if there will be maybe I should just start using that charm that gives me more of them, because there is a charm that gives you more bone shards from killed enemies.
That is true, and if you're going to use a crest that has 2 tools, you might need that.
Maybe we've talked.
See, that's why the game's beautiful, is they allow you to play it. They have
thought of most of these, I'm sure all of these things, but
so cool.
So I don't know. That's maybe one thing. The I was gonna mention one more thing that I struggled with for a minute, and now that we're talked about but the bone shards for so long, I can't remember what the other one even was. Maybe I've got it written down here. Oh, I remember. This one don't even count as a real negative. It's just a negative for someone that's crazy about trophies like me. I do wish that they had separated their trophy list, which is allowed. You can have a platinum with the normal list and then have a separate list for, like, games do that for DLCs and stuff. You have like the separate DLC list that's like sub.
But you can still get the plat without the DLC
Exactly.
stuff.
They should have put the 2 speedrun trophies in a sub list.
Oh, yes, agreed. I would go for it if so.
I absolutely would, and I'm going to go for every trophy except for those 2 probably. Just like playing this game, I don't know that I'll ever be able to beat it in 5 hours. Like, I'm sure there will become like a list online of like, if you want to get this trophy, this is the path you take.
Here's the path, yeah.
But then you've still got like, you got to be safe scumming unless you're just excellent and not going to die. And then especially the 100% run in 30 hours, like that is
it's
like
outrageous.
The path for that one would be crazy, because it would be like you have to unlock this bell, and you should do that before you get here, and then you have to have every charm, every upgrade, get every map, every area unlocked. And there's got to be like a very specific way to do that in order to do it fast enough. So I just wish they had separated those out.
I wish they would as well.
I think it's cool that they're there for trophies for like people that really want to do it.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't hurt my ability to get the platinum, I don't think. If
I'm
gonna 100 and whatever % this game anyways, that's my one other negative.
I agree for this reason. Your first playthrough is the most memorable. It's the one where you spend all the time, you find all the items, and you figure out how you want to play the game. In a speedrun sense, you might not get to use the same build you used in your first playthrough because you don't have enough time to go collect those items.
Yeah, you're probably using the speedrun boots and the orange energy drink often just to sprint super fast.
You're just using whatever is utilized for speedruns, and all of a sudden you're like, I can't beat the bosses anymore because I was so used to using this item. But now I just have to use speedrun items. Yeah, I think that's a silly move as well. I would almost put money that they'll change it, unless you just can't change it.
I don't know if you can, to be honest. I know you cannot take a trophy away after you've published your game, because players will have earned it, and you're not allowed to take it away. But maybe
not a good move for them.
Maybe you can change if they're nested in a different sub list. I don't know. So that's another dumb negative. But when the game is like, 10 out of 10 perfect, we're nitpicking here a little bit. But
yeah, but
that is a dumb thing.
It's like a software collectible that we would love to have for the game because the game meant so much to us.
Yeah.
But why do I need to play it as fast as Jimmy did?
Yeah.
to get the platinum. I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, I feel like playing it as completely as
Yes,
Jimmy
as
did
thoroughly.
is
Exactly.
like important, but I agree. I'm not generally I feel like I'm pretty dang good at the game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I'd be good at trying to change my playstyle from Reaper to speedrun mode, like you said, with play as fast as you can. I don't think I'd be good with that change. And so I think those two trophies would frustrate me and make me have a worse experience with the
Agreed.
game.
What if you were playing this with a partner and you're like, I'm not really good at the platforming parts. You help me with this, but I would love to learn each boss. And they were like, okay, cool. That's a fun system. I'll
Yeah.
learn each boss as well.
Mm.
Well, then to get that trophy, I need I need the platformer to do the whole trophy for me because I'm not as good at moving the character. I was just able to learn the boss stuff. Like,
And we can't probably change the build enough to the way that I've learned the bosses, like you said, because
exactly.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be so focused on the speed run. Yeah. I don't know.
Weird move.
It is a weird move. Um, I don't know. I'll have to look up if any companies have ever changed like trophies into a nested list once from a list where they weren't. But I think that's a pretty good stopping point here, Devin. We
Yeah.
talked for a
Very
long
thorough.
time. I think we'll talk about this game for a few more weeks as we finish Act 2 up, get into Act 3. I think it's fun to do kind of these deep dives about the games that we really love.
Yeah.
Because they don't come around very often.
They don't.
And
It's been really nice quarter 4 of this year, starting with Borderlands 4 and Silksong.
Yeah.
I've kind of been just digging through the DVDs going, what am I going to play on stream
Yeah.
until those things come out?
Yeah.
And now they're here and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to stream longer. And it's really nice to have games and content that you really, really enjoy playing.
It's true. Like sometimes I'll play a game and I don't want to even pick on this game. I'm just going to say right now, like Sword of the Sea that I played recently. I'm like, this was kind of fun. I liked the surfing element of it. It was very pretty. But I wasn't like, wow, enraptured and like loving every minute. And
right.
so when there is a game like that, I feel like it's important we take the time. This was kind of a longer episode, but I feel like you can feel like the passion and we're like really enthusiastic about it because it's like been a fun time. So it's been really fun to chat about it in some detail. So anyways, that's going to end our second impressions video here of Silksong at about 20 hours in, about midway through Act 2. And we'll see how that continues to progress next week. Make sure to look out for our third impressions. I don't know if impressions is even the right thing to call this at this point. It's kind of like I don't know. It's like a spoiler cast, but we're not done with the game yet. Maybe impressions is the right thing. So I like it. And that's also going to do it here, going back to our faces for the podcast this week. So this was episode
70.
70. Yeah, of the Super Game Brothers podcast. 70 weeks, Devin. It's kind of crazy.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do for 100. Maybe by episode 100, we have to have 100 platinums.
You'll be the only one in that.
I think I have like 40, and I'm very picky about when I try to go for them because sometimes they're just too hard. But it's been a fun time. Make sure to check us out on Patreon. You can get these episodes early. You can write into the show. Make sure to check out Devin on Twitch. He's player 4 over there. He's playing Silksong. He's playing Borderlands 4. He's probably going to play Silent Hill F. Loves the horror stuff. So
Sure do.
Halloween will be good time
Oh,
in
yeah.
there too. So plays lots of fun games over there. And we'll see you next week for episode 71. Till then, have a good week and
Bye-bye.
stay safe out there.